if you clicked on my video, you probably want to know the tea. So, for any new watchers, this is me rambling. I didn't take my ADHD meds today. I took half the dose this morning, and I was supposed to take it at noon, but I woke up late, so I took them late, so I didn't bother taking them around noon. I just had an iced coffee instead. Probably not a good replacement. So, this is me rambling. And I don't edit my videos because I don't know how, really. And I don't want to take the time to learn. So this is my video in one take. I did write some notes down on my computer right here, so I can stay on track more this time. So this is me spilling the tea on when I joined an Asian sorority in college. Well, technically I didn't join, but I ended up trying to join an Asian sorority in college. It was my junior year. It was actually it was spring 2020, so it was right before the pandemic hit. I remember going to spring break, and then everything shut down. We had another extra week spring break because they're trying to figure out what to do with classes. So this happened during the pandemic. But basically, I rushed an Asian sorority, I got a bid, and I went through the process. If you know anything about Asian sororities, or like sororities in general, you have to rush them. I'm not quite sure what that means, but you basically try to join by going to events and showing interest in them. So I rushed. I got a bid, which is basically an invitation to join the sorority, and I accepted the bid. And this is my story. Yeah. Well, in college, I already said that, but I'm not very good at transitions here, so we're going with this. Basically, during all these events, during Rush, the girls seemed really nice, and they're like, offered me like a ride home, even though I barely lived off campus, and I could have just walked home, but it got cold that night, so I was like, sure. Then I felt like I could be friends with them. So I accepted the bid, and yeah, well, technically, no one's supposed to know this video. I'm not supposed to make this video because you're not supposed to know anything about if I went through this process or not, or it's all supposed to be secret, and I'm supposed to keep my mouth shut. But I'm gonna tell you my experience. So during the whole process, our identity is supposed to be kept secret because there's this big. I realized I didn't start eating my apples because this is supposed to be an ASMR video while I tell you a story. These are Honeycrisp apples I got at Kroger. I rang them up as Gala apples at the self-checkout because I am a broke bitch. I really hate talking with food in my mouth because I feel like that's really impolite. I think I was just raised that way, and also anxiety that I'm going to choke on it and that people are going to find it impolite. But Yeah, I'm looking at my list. Um, it's a really shorthand list because I'm terrible making lists. But, okay, so we were all, during process, I was supposed to not tell my friends. I told 2 friends. One was my roommate, who I considered one of my best friends at the time, and the other one was in African American sorority. So they basically, like, other multicultural sororities and frats that aren't African American and part of the National Panhellenic Council, they kind of steal some things from them, like rushing and also Panhellenic. They take a little of both. So they have rush, which is where you try to join, and then you have you get a bid, which is an invitation, and then you go through process, which is a oh so many week. For me, it was 5. It was a 5-week process, and by the end of it, I'd be unveiled as a new member of the sorority. They had this whole like ceremony. I had to like chant stuff and dance, I think. I made the mistake of not really researching this before I try to get in, which is a bad idea. So do your research, and you probably wouldn't have been hit as badly by what happened than me because I did not research this. So basically, during process, you have to memorize a bunch of stuff, and then you have to do a bunch of things and to prove at yourself, like wanting to join the sorority, and to build bonds with your line sisters, which are the girls rushing with you who accepted the bid. Funny story. There were 4 of us who accepted a bid. I think there was 4 of us offered a bid, and we accepted them. And then after the first meeting, there were 2 of us. I was one of 2 that made it to week 4. The other girl got in, my ex-line sister. She had friends in already, and basically she was kind of not a shoo-in to get in, but basically she was going to do whatever it took to get in, and it would be a lot easier for her because she knew people. 1, 2, she was rich. 3, she kind of fit in with them. So basically after the first meeting, 2 people dropped. One is our best friend. We didn't know her. We didn't know each other during that, and then we became like best friends after the whole thing went down. It was really funny. But yeah, I'm gonna make another video on this, but I might have her in another video coming out. Who knows? I don't know. If you want to learn more, just like, comment, and subscribe, and you can see more videos of me rambling. But basically, there was no one joining that year. The girls ended up being really kind of like bitchy and mean, which, I mean, what do you expect? What do you expect when you put a group of girls together? Like, nothing good happens. Like, too many hormones. But basically, I chalked this up as emotional hazing. There were basically, I have ADHD, anxiety, depression, and some PTSD from a lot of things. But basically, they would say things that basically they were like, you're not trying hard enough. You don't want to be in this sorority enough if you're not doing these things. We want you in the sorority, don't get me wrong, but you're not trying hard enough. And it just felt just like I wasn't good enough for them because of that. And it was really like traumatic one day, especially because the president of the sorority for that year, she basically, well, I did some minor mistake during the meeting, and she triggered a PTSD episode. That was great. So basically, she was like, yeah, how dare you disrespect my sister like that, kinda. She's like, you disrespect my sister. And I was like, yo, that was not that bad a mistake. Like, I'm sorry. I'm a little dumb. But yeah, I make mistakes. But basically, she triggered a PTSD episode. I literally went to the bathroom as soon as I could, and I cried. And I was like hyperventilating. And I like finished the meeting somehow holding in my tears and hyperventilations. And I came home, just broke down in front of my roommate. We even do another video on that, but that's some tea for another time. My friend slash roommate at the time was like, yo, that's not okay. Yeah. And basically, I kept trying to push through, memorize stuff when I had the time. I was taking organic chemistry and calc-based stats at the time, and not doing well in either class. Oh, I was also taking calculus. If anyone knows me, I never passed calculus in college, yet here I am with a BS degree. Bachelor of Science, BS. But yeah, it was a rough semester, so I have to study a lot extra, I learned, because I didn't really study, except when I did good when I studied, but I didn't study. So yeah, I was like, y'all, I'm putting school first right now. I have research lab, I have a job. And they're like, oh yeah, great, you're doing all these like terrific things. Like, but how badly do you want to get in this sorority? How bad do you want to get in our club? It's kind of dumb. This all-girls club. Well, yeah, so we went online for like a week. And then I was like, I can't do this. And they basically gave me like, I cried again on a Zoom. I cried. And I snapped at one of them. And they were like, oh, how dare you? And I was like, come at me, bro. Not actually. But I was at the end of my rope at that point. So they're like, hey, if you have these things left to do and a week left to do them, how bad do you want to be in this club? I was like, fuck you. I don't want to be in this club of terrible people. So, oh, kind of looks like Idaho in a way. But yeah, I didn't include many details because I don't need anyone coming after me, but like, if you want more details, comment and subscribe. So yeah, that was my experience with an Asian sorority. So, yeah, that's it for today, I guess. I'm gonna this is my transition into a send-off message. But yeah, I'm considering making a podcast. So if any of you would like a podcast where I spill tea and ramble about stuff in my life that happens, let me know. Comment, hit me up with my socials. Actually just comment. Please don't hit me up with my socials. I don't like that. Yeah. I might make a podcast. It'd be like a live stream. I could live stream on YouTube or Twitch. I prefer Twitch. So I'll figure something out for that. But I'd be hosting, and I would have a guest on and possibly a co-host, which would be one of my friends. But I would have guest stars of friends on, and we talk about some tea that went down between them and I, or some social issue if you want to hear our thoughts on that. Internet tea. The possibilities are endless. So I'm thinking friend guests. I can't think of a good combo word. But yeah, if you want to see a podcast video sort of thing, just like comment down below. I don't know how many people actually watch my channel, but I'm having fun making these videos. So I didn't finish my apples, even though I'm gonna include ASMR in the title just to get more views. I don't know if you can hear me eating the apple. I'm talking louder than I normally do because I'm wearing headphones. I hope my neighbors can't hear me because that dog just keeps barking. But yeah, I'm hoping to get a live stream set up on Twitch. So go follow me and follow me on Twitch. It's Bread Queen 3. So like bread, you eat bread, and like a queen who's married to a king. 3. It's my gaming handle. I don't know. I'm keeping it. I'll probably in the podcast something, but I can't figure that out yet. I need some more planning. But yeah, thanks for watching.